Yo, 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 good morning, No Maniacs. This is Nomad Live, all bears all the time. Got my man, Mr. Brian, is here with us today. You asked for him last night. I found him. Found him right here. We got him right here. I got him hostage, man. He ain't going nowhere for a few minutes here. This won't be a long show, guys, because I started to do a recording of the breaking news of us hiring Eric Washington as our new D coordinator, but I didn't think that would do us a service, man. I had to feel the energy of everybody, and I see a lot of comments already, man. Um, I really like this hire. We did a whole show about it the other day with Coach Mike, and I just got excited as soon as I seen the hire, and I just was like, okay, we got to do something. We got to put some content out here and let people talk about it. That's what we're here, man. To just talk about it, man. Before we get into it, Brian, you wanna tell the fans what's been going on with you?
Oh, uh, well, I wasn't in the cemetery, I wasn't in jail, and I wasn't in the hospital, but I hadn't been feeling too well. I think I got shingles, and if anybody has ever dealt with that or known somebody, it's painful, and you really don't want to concentrate on anything else other than try to get well. It burns, it itches, but I'm going to tough it out. I'm a fighter, and we'll get through it. But thanks for everybody for asking how I was doing, and glad to see me. That means a lot. I appreciate that.
Hey, man, you're so welcome, man. I had to find out what was going on. I wasn't gonna stop reaching out to you till I figured out something, man. So,
Oh, I know you conjured me up.
but yeah, man, let's go in, man, because this won't be a long show like you guys are used to, man. We just gonna talk about it. Um, Eric Washington, I feel like, is what you would call everything the yin to Matt Eberflus's yang. One thing I don't like about his hire, it's not about the hire, but the news that came with it was Matt Eberflus will continue to call plays for the defense. I'll tell you what I think about that here. I think that's the wrong way to play it for Matt Eberflus. I'll tell you why. Because he's got a legitimate scapegoat if things don't come off well right away. And so if he comes out and he's calling the plays flat and it's not aggressive, and we're not finishing games, which is what we did during the season this year, I think having that out, hey man, he's calling the plays, not me, I thought would have been a good idea for him. That way you always reserve the right to pick up the play call sheet and start calling it yourself. It's not your fault. But just going right in right away and starting to call the plays right out of the back, man, he's got two coaches in the building now, the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator, that can absolutely take his job. And so to me, I don't think that's a smart play by Matt Eberflus, but that's me. Coordinators and coaches, man, they're really anal about, having control of certain things. And I think that might be Matt Eberflus's problem right now, but we'll see if it's a good or bad thing for him.
Well, my opinion, like I said, when he first hired on Eberflus, he was saying he wants to be a CEO. With this hire here, and getting Waldron, he could do that. Now, Willie, that's another question. But yeah, I'm tickled pink with this Washington hire. Reading his credentials or accomplishments, whatever you want to say. Yeah, I like him calling plays better than I would Eberflus.
Well, we know you don't care for Matt Eberflus a whole lot anyway, but I'm in a way. Listen, man, I just know this: those two coordinators that he just hired is going to make his job. He's going to have to really do his job. Like, he's going to have to do it very, very well, because right over his shoulder, we've got something in the building now. Two guys in the building that we didn't have the kind of experience, because Eric Washington was the assistant head coach as well with Buffalo last year. I don't know if they gave him that title last year or he had it for a couple years, but that was important. I think that's probably part of the credential list that made them hire him, man. You need a guy that you need a default button in case things don't go well, and you need somewhere, to lean the team on. So I just really love the hire. the aggressive nature that he plays his defenses is just great to look at, man. And I'm not done watching tape either.
Well, in 2022, Buffalo made him what they call senior defensive assistant, and then 2023 assistant head coach.
Okay,
To me, that's almost splitting hairs, really.
right.
It, it's almost like he's been assistant head coach for 2 years.
Now, I think now the news people is let's see if they keep some of the coordinators, not the position coaches, in the building on the defensive side of the ball. Will he? Like, I can't imagine Hoke going anywhere. Now, because he's got experience with Hoke, I think, because he was here in 2010 with the Lovey crew, and which is the last time we won a playoff game. He was here with that crew, I believe, and he was still coaching with the Bears. So I think that familiarity with him, I think he's pretty much got that job. I think he's going to stay there. But the linebackers coach, the secondaries coach, the D-line coach, all of that could be up for grabs right now. And who knows, man, we may have to get back on here and do another show talking about that. So because that's how it is, man. One domino falls and then others come with it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, Brian.
Well, what would be interesting if what's his name, Travis Smith, he's the D line coach. I think that's his name.
Right.
Uh, me and Samo both agree that he really didn't show me too much, but I will say for the past 2 years, he's been very stout against the run.
Oh yeah, no question about that.
And with this Washington, his big thing is getting to the quarterback, pressure and sacks. If they could somehow, I would be willing, or not willing, but if it works out to where instead of being one or two and stopping the run, if they could be 5 or 6, but then also in the top 10 of pressures and sacks, I'd be more than happy with that result.
So here's an interesting thought, man. If you stop and think about it for a second, we just grabbed recently. We got last year. We picked up Hope, which is from a former Bear staff. Just grabbed a defensive coordinator with a former Bear staff. Are we going to continue to get the coaching staff filled out with some of the guys that were here before and know what to do? It's a good question, man. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Chris Harris and, what kind of job offering he might get, but he's still out there. And I think it's hard not to like Chris Harris. And if he ends up out there in limbo without a job, I think something will open up for him here. What do you think?
That's a possibility. Make him like passing game coordinator or, whatever. You make up a name. I mean, when you got an opportunity to hire a quality hire, it's just like when you're close to the cap and there's a player that could put you over the hump. You'll find a way where you make room to sign that player. And the same thing with a coach.
Hey, and also good point, Barrelissimo, because I almost forgot about that. Barrelissimo said we're going to talk about this dude. He's a head coach down at the Senior Bowl. We're going to get all that intel. That is true. Mm-hmm. It's very strategic what they're doing right now. I mean, all of that stuff is tied together with the draft and all of that stuff. I think they would have hired him whether or not he was a coach down there, but the fact that he is and the timing of hiring him fits in with, hey, tie this all together, man. Start scouting some of those players down there and tell us what you think about them. So it's a good time to hire the guy. You got that done. Let him get his position rooms all filled out with the coaches that he wants. If he wants the guys here, I just want to see what happens, man. I really look forward to what kind of position coaches we're going to have. We're going to stick with those guys, or we're going to move on and get some guys more familiar with what he does. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, I think on the defensive side, they're pretty much, like you said, if they're able to get Harrison and make up some job to get, a quality person, I'm all for that. But, I mean, they still got a few spots on the offense. As far as the bowl games, don't forget the Shrine Bowl. You got 2 coaches from the Bears that are in that too. So they got 6 coaches in basically these all-star games or whatever you want to call them, the Senior Bowl and the Shrine Bowl, which like I said, getting that intel, that is invaluable when it comes draft time.
Hey, Muck Muck the General just made a point that I was see when I was hearing about some of these coaching interviews, I was thinking along lines the same way I was thinking when they were bringing guys in on the offense. They're interviewing guys to giving them interviews for the actual coordinator spot. But if they don't get that spot, I think, and he's pointing out Muck Muck the General, why not bring in Terrell Williams too? He's a great D line coach. I would not be surprised if that's the next thing you see as far as news goes. And if it does, man, we'll do another few minutes and come on here and do a show and see what you guys think about that. But I would not be surprised at all, Muck Muck, if Terrell Williams is the next name we hear about.
Well, Getchy did say he's be putting an all-star coaching
Yeah,
stuff together.
exactly.
There you go.
So yeah, man, I think that's I think we kind of got it out here, man. I want to do a longer show, and I feel like doing a longer show, guys. We may go live later on. I don't know, depending on what happens between now and say around 6-7 o'clock. I don't know, man. But keep your notifications set, man. And if you're here and you haven't hit the like button, please do that for us. If you haven't subscribed, do that for us, man. Like I said, I was going to record the content and just put it out there, but I didn't think it would be fair with the energy surrounding this coaching hire. I think everybody feels pretty good about it, man. I really do. Brian, you got any last words before we get out of here?
No, other than, hey, thank everybody for, keeping me in your thoughts, saying hi to me, missing me and all like that. Ditto, I missed you guys too. It was just one of those things that couldn't be helped. I'm getting better though, but thank you.
Hey, man, I'm glad you're getting better, man. You're pretty much I guess you're kind of out of the forest with it, man. Hopefully you're on the other side of it and getting yourself better. But hey guys, be nice to people out here. Enjoy your weekend. It's a nice Saturday. It's overcast here, but don't let it depress you. You got up this morning, you're alive, you're on the other side of the dirt, man. So hey, you're on top of the dirt. The dirt's not on you, man. So be happy about that. But with that being said, hold on, let me make sure I got the outro together. I almost messed it up, Brian. I got the outro together here, man. So before we get out of here, I got to leave you guys with this. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.